Alright, I went to San Francisco for like a 2-day trip, which is pretty unusual because usually when you go somewhere like pretty far, you stay there for like a week or something. But no, I went there for 2 days and then came back, and now I'm cooked. So I'm gonna do this in a weird order. This will mainly be a journaling video, just to like recall events that happened and kind of reflect on them, I guess. Because usually, if it were me a few years ago, I would do a journal and write down like huge pages of events and like freaking type it out because I did that for fun. But now I realize that takes too long and it's horribly inefficient in time. So I can do a video instead that takes 10 minutes instead of 10 days. So I'm doing a video instead, and I'm gonna do this in a weird order, starting with souvenirs that I got from San Francisco, because the main things we went in San Francisco, at least, was Chinatown and Pier 39, some random pier that I have no clue why it's so well known for some reason. But mainly Chinatown is what I care about for obvious reasons. But I'll start with the souvenirs just because it's the cool part and I get it out of the way first, and then I can like speed through everything else. I'll start with the coolest one, this little contraption gadget thingy. And God, I'm still sick because freaking California hits different. But I got this little cool gadget. It looks cool. It's you have no clue what it is until I do this. Then you might know what it is. Until I do this, then you definitely know what it is. It's 2 knives. I went into a souvenir shop in Chinatown, and then they're not a souvenir shop. They're basically souvenir shops. They're just attracting tourists, and obviously that day I felt like I wanted to get farmed. So I went in, saw this cool looking knife. There were actually like a bunch of knives that were super cool looking. I don't know why I'm really into knives, but they just like looked really cool. And of all the options, I decided on this one because it has 2 knives instead of just 1, which is obviously a 2-for-1 deal. That's obviously definitely worth it. But my mom didn't want to get it because like it's a knife, obviously. But in reality, it's not sharp at all. It's literally like, it's basically just a flat edge that's just like metal. It looks sharp, but even like the top isn't sharp at all. So this is definitely not dangerous in any means. Even the guy like had to tell her, the shop owner was like, "Oh, you want to sharpen it? You're gonna have to do that yourself. Like, we don't sharpen it for you." And I'm like, "Mom, it's not dangerous. I can this doesn't do anything." So yeah, this just looks cool. I don't know why I bought it, but it looks cool. I think everyone would agree that it looks cool. It's just a really nice, slick design. But that was the first thing. The second thing is this nice little fan. I definitely had this in mind when I was thinking of souvenirs. I had a lot of these back in the day. I don't know what happened to all of them. I was like 5. I probably like broke them all. But I wanted another fan. So a Chinese fan particularly. So I got this one, and I don't really know how these work. Yeah, there we go. I have to be really careful opening this because this was in fact pretty expensive because it's apparently silk. But I don't know how to get the lighting properly. It's a fan. One side is the painting, which is just like something I have no clue. I don't have my culture education high enough. But on the back is actually information on the painting. So I used Google Translate freaking reader lens thing, and then I read it. Apparently this is a painting about like the Riverside Party Qingming Festival. I actually have no clue, but it looks cool, and my mom recognized it somehow, and she was like, "Oh yeah, that's the one thing, that's cool." And the back has a bunch of words, and it's all nice. But originally what I had in mind when I wanted to get a fan was I wanted it for practical use, just to like actually use it as a fan. And I was thinking like something probably really cheap, and just like I would use it and like take it out just to like cool myself off, and it just looks cool at the same time. But after getting this, I realized it does not serve the same purpose, because this is actually so cool and horribly fragile that I don't feel like using it in any terms of like general usage. So like I'm not just gonna bring this out anywhere. In fact, I'll most likely let it sit at home and just not. I'd rather just like hang this up in like a nice like area for it to be like observed rather than actually used. And I think that's the whole point. It's a souvenir for the point of souvenir purposes, not for practical use. So it defeats the purpose that I wanted for like a fan that like I actually want to use. But like it looks cool, and it's definitely a nice souvenir and horribly fragile. So yeah, this is definitely just like sit somewhere and just like be nice and cool looking. But the last souvenir that I got, another thing I had in mind, chopsticks, because why the frick not? They're panda chopsticks too, because why the frick not? Who doesn't want panda chopsticks. Metal, of course. I figured, you know, chopsticks are pretty Asian, so why not get specific, you know, Asian-looking chopsticks as a souvenir? And plus, I can like probably bring this somewhere and just like take it out to eat food majestically and just like flex my Asian chopsticks from San Francisco, because why not? But those were my 3 souvenirs that I bought, but now I'll probably just like speed through the rest of the actual things that happened on the trip, for journaling purposes, of course. So I went to San Francisco, got there for day 1, and then I went to the the hotel, and the next day, very next day, I wake up, I'm already sick, and I'm still sick to this day, because, you know, California sicknesses hit different. And also, I'm running on 3 hours of sleep right now because I just got back literally a few hours ago. My mom's taking a nap right now because 3 hours of sleep is crazy. I'm not tired for some reason because I'm a child and 3 hours of sleep is enough for me. I'll probably take a nap later because I'm also sick, so I should probably be resting. But went to San Francisco very next day. I'm sick, and then that day we go to Chinatown, and in Chinatown it's kind of goofy because it's like 7 a.m. so no one's out there, so like we're trying to like take pictures and like look at the nice area, but in the end it's kind of stupid. Like the pictures kind of are creepy because like there's no one on the street at 7 in the morning, so it's kind of like a ghost town. But it was cool to see everything, except just the fact that no one's there and no stores are open at 7 a.m. So we just roamed and like looked at places, and then at some point we saw stores that started to open up, so we got some breakfast food and general stuff, and then we went back to the hotel because I'm sick and awfully dead. So after resting back at the hotel for like an hour, we went back to Chinatown, and at that point it's like later, so all the stores actually opened up. So we got to see more nice places, and that's where I bought my souvenirs, and also just like went to more other restaurants because why not immerse yourself in the cultural opportunities in that area. But I gotta say, Chinatown really nailed the effect of like actual China. I guess any Chinatown is supposed to mimic like China itself, but I definitely I got some deja vu feelings from like back when I was like 5 in China. Just like the busy streets, you know, at least when it's not 7 a.m. everyone's actually like outside and on the streets. So like just a nice it's like a nice compact area that's also just like really crowded, and all these little stores with like really dedicated employees who are like yelling at you and really energetic about their job. It's just a general very, very Chinese authentic culture area, but it's also kind of dead at the same time. But it's still pretty cool to visit in the generalized, and I got cool souvenirs, so definitely worth it. But yeah, we went to Chinatown. At that point, I'm still sick. We're roaming around. We did a lot of stuff, but I'm trying to like be fast here. Souvenirs, food, and then we just went around. We went to Pier 39 afterward. And at Pier 39, I don't know why that's like such a renowned tourist attraction. It's literally just another pier, like every other 38 other piers. But I accidentally went to Pier 1 because I don't know how to use a GPS. But then I decided, oh, why not walk all the way to Pier 39, even though I'm sick and tired, and walking 27 minutes is surprisingly difficult when you're sick and tired. But we walked from Pier 1 to Pier 39, and at that point I'm like, yes, we made it. What's the reward? Absolutely nothing, because we didn't even look at the pier. We went there to eat food because at that point I'm starving and I didn't eat anything the whole day because I'm sick and it destroys your appetite. But we went to Pier 39, ate some authentic seafood or whatever you want to call it. It's like everything there in San Francisco is supposedly top tier food. I guess I don't really taste anything at this point. That's not a sick reference. But we had good food at Pier 39. Then we just went back to the hotel and then went to the other place that I'll cover at a different point because that's a completely different thing. But that's the San Francisco aspect. Overall, San Francisco is, you know, just a nice area, high crime area. Overall, I would not like to live there long term if I'm being honest, but it's definitely a nice place to just visit in general overall, except for the fact that literally the whole town is built on an incline. So, you know, if you want to get anywhere, you're basically on a slope the whole time, walking up a 45-degree incline. It's like Stairmaster the whole time, but it's pretty exhausting, but I guess it's pretty fun overall. I'm just too tired right now because, you know, San Francisco gives you the best diseases, but yeah, this is not the most entertaining. I'm just documenting for journaling purposes, of course. But yeah, I got a cool knife. That's definitely worth it. Chinatown is cool.